Hey everyone. Okay, so we got a very different video this week. So I'm currently on a little walk around the neighborhood at a glacial speed as I recover from COVID, trying to get some fresh air in my lungs. And so I'm also isolating from the rest of my family currently still. And that includes the room where all my equipment is. So where I can't have a cello video today. So I'm gonna just try something a little different. What I'd like to do also, to begin with, is ask you guys a question, kind of inspired by my recent illness. How long have you been playing cello? And secondly, what's the longest time you took apart from your cello since you started playing? So for me personally, I was absolutely maniacal about practicing every day. When I started, I had this really sort of rational fear that adult learners have that I was going to somehow lose everything. If I took 2 days off, 3 days off, suddenly my skills would sort of like melt away and I'd forget what I just recently learned. That lasted for like a decade. But now, I'll take a week off. I'll take 9 days off if I need to. The weirdest thing, though, happened to me. So I had to I think I took 7 to 8 days off of the cello completely because I was really sick with COVID. And when I came back and sat down a few days ago, I've never had this before in my life. I started playing and it felt like I was playing with the wrong hands. I mean, like, I almost felt like, oh, wait, I mean, like, maybe it's the bows in the left hand. Like, everything felt really scrambled up and strange. So I was listening, the pitch was normal, but suddenly the cello felt way too small for me. I've never had that before. I've had it where it feels very foreign, but this felt like my brain was trying to process things backwards from what they should be. So I've also, if you've had that experience, just let me know in the comments. I remember I would be lying down to go to bed and I'd get these like flashes that to me that just meant that the illness was like triggering nerves. So I don't know if that has to do with what I'm talking about. So I guess today what I'll do, I hope this is not boring. I'll just do kind of like a life update, some things I'm working on and excited about, and that's kind of what I can offer since I can't get in the room with my normal equipment. So one thing I'm very excited about, this will be, I guess, my first official announcement of it, July 18th to 20th this year, so just in a little over a week, I'm gonna have a 3-day free live beautiful sound challenge. I've got a couple exercises that I think can totally change your playing and really improve the quality of your sound. I think that's such a huge thing for us adult learners. And I want to invite you now to keep your eyes open. You can click the link below and kind of register for it ahead of time, but it'll be in a private Facebook group. I'll go live. We'll work on some cello stuff together. I'll give you homework. It's very exciting. All right, so we're back inside. And I'm actually tired from a very slow walk, which is pretty pathetic. But final kind of life update, I guess, would be that a little while ago, we went to Florence for vacation, my wife and I, and then we also had a chance to check in on my cello. It is so close to being done. I'm so excited about it. I got some pretty good footage, so I'll share that here. As you can see, it's completely gorgeous. She's spending a lot of time, I guess due to the humidity in Florence and the way her varnish dries, she's going to be doing a little bit of antiquing, so that's pretty much the stage it's in now. It's going to be ready any day now, I hope. And another little thing we got to check out, which was kind of amazing, was this viola she's been working on as just kind of a pandemic project, inspired by some of the decoration on the purfling that she's seen in other Stradivarius instruments. She, from like animal bone, she's been cutting out these little decorative pieces by hand and inlaying them one by one into this viola. And then she did a bunch of, this kind of filigree on the ribs. it's amazing. It was just beautifully done to begin with, but then just thinking of being able to carve out shapes like that into something like bone, it's just amazing. She's one of these people where it's, you know, there's certain people you meet in any walk of life where it's like they're just sort of like an artist first. And so whatever you end up doing for her, you know, she's done actual art, she's done, you know, violin making to an incredibly high degree, but just on top of being a violin maker, she's just sort of like an artist, and so she'll just do these things that just are completely mind-blowing, you know. So anyway, I'm very excited about picking up my cello, and I will be sharing everything about that with you when it finally happens. So I should say also, if you're ever in Florence, you should definitely check out her shop. I think it's 4 Via dei Leoni is Path of the Lions. That's her address, and it's the most amazing shop in the sense that I can't imagine any other business possibly working there. It looks sort of like how there'll be like a mountain and then there's like a natural erosion and it forms like this kind of crack, that it's just this weird like hole in the wall, and it's really narrow, but then it goes up for like 20 feet but at a weird jagged angle, and she's just kind of figured out all these nooks and crannies to turn it into a violin making shop. It's not a cello making shop though, and cellos are much bigger than violins, so she actually had to move her workbench and all of her tools to a separate location just to be able to work on the cello. I think we were talking about it before, and she was gonna, at one point, she was thinking about doing some weird kind of crazy Florentine Renaissance pulley system inspired by like Brunelleschi or something, you know? But she ended up just moving all of her stuff. So I'm not only excited to pick up that cello, but thank you, Jamie, for turning your life upside down just to make a cello for me. I really appreciate it. Anyway, that's all we have for this week. I'm exhausted. I'm going to go lie down. Don't forget, July 18th to 20th, if you're interested, I got my live challenge. I will be showing you the one exercise I use that's like a total game changer for sound production and for beauty of tone. So if you're interested, make sure to register below. You put your name in and your email, and then you register and you ask to join the Facebook group. If you do join me for all 3 days, you do all the homework, I will be picking one person to win a scholarship to stay with me for a month, 4 straight lessons in a month. And so if that's something you're interested in, please join me on the 18th. But thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'll see you next week.